Right, hopefully it's not too windy here. Left stare at a tent, and the tent is just up there. But I'm looking at this boulder area, places where you might tuck away. River's down there, tracks coming up here, but Neil would have been coming across there if he's cut across the country. If he's reached the track, there's no reason why he didn't make it back to Loch Dochard, so we've got to make assumptions he never ever made it to the track. And all this area hasn't been searched, so that's why we've got to do it. We can't do it all today, obviously, but we can have digs around. So there's outcrops down there. Somewhere you tuck yourself away if you're trying to shelter from the weather. What happens with humans, they curl up and they try and tuck themselves away. This is ankle breaking territory, so gotta be very careful. Oops, he says as he nearly falls. You're probably going to get a lot of wind, so I apologise before. But we are in the wilds here. It's a lovely hot day, but it's a lovely good strong breeze, and the breeze is even warm, so it's nice. So you're not getting no chill or anything. So the thing to do is just pause, look, scan around. Sometimes it could be right under your nose. Let Rebel do his walking bit. It's like a needle in a haystack, isn't it? Every time you think you're getting closer. Yeah, it's been 3 years, so we're not going to find much. I'm interested in these boulders. Same with dead ground. Dead ground's out of the wind. I'll put you away while I'm looking around. Oh, see what I mean? No wind here. We're tucked in here. And there's the track sit. And then it peels off. There's another track peeling off somewhere. Anyway, at the main track you can see it. But look from distance. When you're up here, that's what you're getting a view of. You try picking that up. I mean, it's hard enough to pick up in this weather. Think what it's like to pick up in heavy rain, blustery winds, when you're freezing, soaked, and can't see where you're going, with no hiking poles. You're basically crawling up this. I'm also trying to work out distance he could have covered, because I don't think he could have covered distance. Rebel, Rogue, this way, this way. This way. Don't want to disturb Stella. We've come down from down there. Tent is in the distance. That's the river I'm getting the water from. Again, in heavy rain, that would be flowing so fast and too dangerous to cross. So that would be the cut-off point. That's the big river that's stopping him from getting across. At the moment it's nothing, but trust me, in heavy rain that would be gushing down. So anything from that river down. Now if you hit that river, if you hit that river, it's a big if. The only choice is go down or up. He wouldn't go up, he'd go down, then he'd hit the track. So he hasn't hit that river. Or if he has, he just called it a day there. So I'm thinking like, taking in, he would have been walking down and getting caught in the rain. He would have been sheltering in some trees, but getting wet still. Then walking up for an hour, crossing the bridge. I think he's got at most another hour out in the rain. And I don't know if he could get up here in an hour. As I say, none of this has been searched. From the track up, it's not been searched. Well, not per the official search map. So, let's see how far I could have got out. See, a drone wouldn't really help here, because what we're looking for is so small now that the grass is quite high. You've got quite tall grass. It literally has to be searched by hand, or by foot should I say. Again, I don't know how far he could have got out. That's what I'm trying to figure out now. He's 72, he's not well. He's done all that. He's had no breakfast, his porridge so he's had no nutrition in the morning. He might have had a coffee, I don't know. So he's running on empty anyway. So I don't know even if he'd get this far. See, there's boulders like that here. Size of, I don't know, small cars. And there's quite a lot of them. Oh, we're getting a bit of cloud for a change. It's been clear skies, look. See, we've had fairly clear skies. Now look what's coming in. That's going to cool temperatures down, isn't it? Rebel! He's eating deer poo. Get him. That'll cool things down, that'll be nice. Maybe the winds will ease, I don't know. Look at them. It's supposed to be 5 mile/hour winds today. They changed it to 9, but it's about 15 now. As long as there's no rain, it will be a hasty retreat. Now again, even if it's a quick shower, it won't be too bad for us. But this is what I'm saying, these kind of areas can change so quickly. I mean look, that's what we've had, clear sunshine. I've been standing outside resting, waiting for the dog's dinner to digest, and now look what's going to come across. Rebel! See up here, it's just a marsh. Wherever it levels off, the ground levels off, it collects the water. So imagine if it was heavy rain. It's running from up there. There's a lovely outcrop up there, but it's so high, I don't know if you go up there. There's the bridge. Lost it. There it is. And there's the lower end. It should be on this side of the track. To pick up the track about there. Where did he go from that bridge? We know lower end, all that lower area is really boggy. But he's got no hiking poles, so could he make it up here? With no hiking poles in the rain. Whoops, so I can still get you zoomed in. And the temperature's dropped by about 5 to 8 degrees already. My biggest fear is if he got lost and he couldn't find his way, he's backtracked looking for the bridge, missed the bridge, and then decided to head for the trees. But can he make the trees for shelter? I don't know. But it's much more open than you believe up here. I just don't know if you can get up here in the rain without any hiking poles with his stamina. I don't know the guy. You see, if you knew the guy, you could say, yeah, he could do it. But I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely a drop in temperature. Right, we're a bit lower. Lost the bridge. There's the bridge. Follow along. Somewhere there. Where are we? Let's have a look. Could be there. There's the river crossing. Somewhere there's a lump in the way. Somewhere around there. There's the track. Don't believe that's the one I crossed with the dogs. Don't know. It might be. I don't know. Just to make it. There's the lump we just below the bridge. We went round. There's the high ground we stood on. Look around. So, and there's, see, you can see a bit of the track on this side of the bank leading around. Then it disappears because it's behind this high ground. So he has to reach the track somewhere around there. I'm sure that's the river crossing, but it's been covered by something there. There's an island in there. Hard from up here to see because I can't see the whole view. But anyway, he has to go across this lower ground, which is very boggy. So did he try it and then double back? Or did he push on? Or did he cut up? There's a million questions, isn't it? Or did he double back trying to find the bridge, lost the bridge, and then they're going all the way back down on this side of the bank, down towards the trees, and take shelter there? That's a hard one to figure out, isn't it? I know for a fact if he went past that river crossing towards Glen Kinglass Lodge, which is only about 4 miles away, take about 2 hours, I reckon he definitely got cut off if he came back and had no other choice but to use the bridge. As I say, we know he goes for miles, for hours, when he's wandering. And he went 5 hours when he was missing in the Isle of Skye, so it doesn't surprise me if he did go all the way to Glen Kinglass and take shelter there in some trees. And the longer he left it down there, the higher the water was getting here. There's no way he could cross the rivers, not unless he was wading across them, and then there's a chance he got swept away. And if that's true, then he's nowhere around here. He's in Loch Dochard, sadly. It's quite a distance from here to Loch Dochard, so it's a long way to pop up or be spotted, you know what I mean? I personally don't think he's fit enough to, I don't know what's rogue thinking, I don't think he's personally fit enough to cut up very high without hiking poles. So my best theory is he's slugged on through the bogs and got kind of lost out here. He's kind of took directions and gone wrong and wrong. He could have even tried something, you know, to, in his belief, to cut a corner off. But what's happened is put him right out. But I'm thinking, if he was really struggling with his health and, you know, the conditions, he's got to seek shelter. And if he's over this side, the only way he's going to seek shelter is in an outcrop or behind boulders or something like that. I don't think he could have made it up here. Look at it. It would be a struggle. I'm not saying he couldn't do it. I just don't think he did it. If he had hiking poles, yes. I'd give him a head start, that would, in bad weather. So it's all this lower area that's got to be searched on this side of the river before anyone even tries to go higher up. And then we've got to work times anyway, because if he's been down for an hour, then up for an hour, and he's been soaked, that's 2 hours of being in wet clothes and wet conditions. How much longer can he go along there without getting hypothermia and actually calling it a day? With 8 degrees, it was 12 degrees officially, but I'm saying with wind chill, I reckon it'll be about 8 degrees. And with that cold and that wet, that would probably bring your body temperature even down more. Well, and it definitely would bring you down more, wouldn't it? He's got no hiking poles, he's just got one coat. I'm hoping he's got a coat. If he's got no coat, then Jesus. So I'm thinking, like, how far can he get from the bridge towards the track, even though he's missed the track? I know for a fact he's come across that bridge and he's missed the track. If he got on the track, he would have been at his tent, so that confirms that bit. It was quite basics, isn't it? So if he's missed the track, where's he gone and how far can he go? Having been out in the rain 2 hours already. Can't see him do more than an hour, hour and a half at the best. That gives him 3.5 hours in the wet before he stops and he kind of shuts down. I'm trying to think what I could do. Just a normal coat. Getting cold, getting wet. I don't know. I've never pushed myself in that condition, so. A young man, fitter, used to being out in the outdoors, probably lasts him quite a few hours. Even though he'd be shivering and shaking like God knows what. But a man of 72, that's not very well. He's had no nutrition that morning. He's had some sleep, but that's about it. And to be honest, we don't know what kind of sleep he had, you know what I mean? So if he had a broken sleep, that's even making him even more impaired, isn't it? Fatigue will kick in quicker. I just want to know what he's done from that bridge. See, you could have come up the track from Glen Kinglass, got to the river crossing, gone, oh my God, I can't go across that. Gone back to the bridge to get across, and then seen the ground over this side and go, oh my God, which would probably put him right off. So what's he done then? Sensibility says he's headed back to Glen Kinglass and kind of sought help from down the lodge there, but no one's reported anything like that, so he hasn't done that. So the only thing I can think he's come across, tried to go for the track, got stuck in bogs and all that. Thought I'll double back, go for the bridge, get back because I can't do this. Then he's missed the bridge because he's got completely in a muddle. And I only thing I can think he's headed towards the trees, but I'm not sure. There's a river running down and that looks a quite deep gorge, so I don't think he can make it to the river, to the trees. And that's the problem, you see. If he gets over the bridge, then loses his way, then doubles back and can't find the bridge, he's now walking up and down trying to find the bridge, killing himself basically because he's lost. He might not, this is the problem, he don't have to cover a big vast distance. He could be covering a really small distances but just getting completely lost. Because once you can't find that bridge, I mean, in this kind of weather you can find the bridge, but in pouring rain, wet, soaking, cold, feet drenched, sinking in bog, no hiking poles, absolutely exhausted, trying to find that bridge to get back over again. Yeah, don't know. I'll have to think of that one. Rogue, stop eating grass. I don't think she was, but I'll just tell her just in case. Temperature's dropped, God knows what. If it was 23 degrees before, it's about 15 now. So there's the river, and the bridge will be round the corner there. But look at this strip of land that leads all the way, and if you look around the distance, you see our tent. And look, and the track is there. I'm trying to get my fingers to the work. See the track? But look how fine it is, you know. In heavy rain, soaked to skin, you're not going to see that track. So if you're coming up through there and you've been trudging through bog and marsh and you got lost, even though you're heading in the right direction, there's every chance you'd miss the track. You could be walking within 10 metres of it and you wouldn't even know. It's alright if you're up high, clear weather, and you can see it and you go, oh, there it is. What a stupid thing I've done. But look at all the dead ground, and I'm surprised. On the map this looks so small, you know, it's so thin. But in reality it's very wide. And there's different layers of it. So it goes up and then levels off, and then goes up, then levels off. As I say, I've never been on this side of Seps. When I went down the track 4 weeks ago and actually crossed that crossing. Rebel, leave her. So it's all new to me, this side. And I'm amazed how wide and expanse it is. You know, from the track it looks so close, but it isn't. It's deceptive. It's quite wide. So if you were trying to make that track and you did get kind of confused, you could be walking God knows where up here in a complete mess, and yet the track is only, I don't know, 20 to 50 feet to your left. You wouldn't even know it. And that's what I'm saying. Concentrate on the lower areas, lower stretches, and try and figure out what's happened. It's the most feasible thing that could have happened with Neil, because he loves these walks. He loves to wander, especially in the mornings. So if he was going anywhere else apart from the track, he'd take hiking poles. I mean, no one can explain why no one could find anything up that end, even though everyone's been searching. But as I say, no one has searched this side. She's just trying to find something in it. Not easy. Yeah, so before I say anything else, if anyone's thinking of coming down here searching on their own free will, good on you, but please be careful. I don't want to be responsible for someone coming out here and having an accident, being another statistic. In the last 3 days, first 2 days saw no one, and this morning at 7 o'clock I saw 4 guys with a Labrador, so they're obviously on a mission. Rebel, leave her alone. Apart from that, I've seen no one. 0. So if you come here and do your searching and twist an ankle badly, break a leg, take a tumble, you can be shouting here all day. No one's going to hear you. So please be careful. Make sure you've got personal locator beacon or Garmin, something like that, that you can press for emergencies. And make sure you've got the right gear. As you see, as I always say, I don't stray far from my tent. Always within, I wouldn't say eyesight because that would be a lie. Yesterday I didn't. I lost sight of the tent. But I'm always within range of the tent. So even if I took a really bad tumble here, I'd crawl on my hands and knees to that tent, trust me. But I don't need to. I've got the personal locator beacon for emergencies. But don't forget, you press that button, people got to leave home, leave work, get to an assembly point. They might be out on another call. The weather might be bad. They might have all kinds of obstructions. They've got to get the gear assembled, know what they know, planning. It could take several hours till someone gets to you. So, you know, there's no magic helicopter just turning up within 20 minutes. So please be careful, people. You know, I don't class this as remote, I've always said it, but it's as remote as you want it to be if you're not used to it, you know what I mean? Because, as I say, some years this has been quite busy, other years, nothing. And if you have an accident 10 feet from here, I hope I don't, don't want 10 feet, but if it happens, you might as well be in the remoteness, because one moorland is the same as any moorland, you know what I mean, if no one's around. So you scream, shout, beg for mercy, whatever, but no one's going to hear you. Just looking at all these outcrops while I'm chatting to you. If something like this did happen to Neil, then it just shows how dangerous this area can be. And this is what we would class as not even remote, as I say, quite an easy trek. But river crossings take a lot of lives. When you see bridges up, they normally put bridges up for a reason, because they know how dangerous the crossings are, and there's been a history of problems. It saves, you see, by putting a bridge out, it saves call outs, it saves obviously lives, where it saves all kinds of hindrance and problems for them. There's one near Sowleys at the back of there where people used to go on the Cape Raft, used to cross a river there, and it was well known to people getting washed away. So the estate, I believe, or someone built a lovely wooden bridge around the back there so people can cross. It's like a pontoon bridge now, but it was done for a reason. Crazy how the weather changed. Clear blue skies, now we've got kind of cloud. And that changed more or less in minutes. You know, I've seen it so many times, but it still surprises you when it happens. I was sitting by that tent out there cooking and going, thank God for the breeze, waiting for the dog's food to digest, and I thought, well, we're going to get hot, but I've got plenty of water and all that. And the next minute, we start searching and look at it. But you can see there's some clear sky over there, so I'm sure it'll break out again. As long as it don't rain, I don't want to be stuck in a tent. Right, we're going to make it down to the track. Now I've had a good idea of what this terrain's like. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to circle around, take in the terrain so I know what I'm up against. Oh dear. That pitch spot is a damn good place where I pitched, because it gives me a chance to run down this strip. Shame the weather's changing and I've got to get back. Let's say. But as I say, it's not been wasted. I've learnt a lot. So yeah, it's not been wasted. And any days out here enjoying yourself in nature is good, isn't it? So can't have no complaints. Right, gonna head down to the track and then head back to the tent, unless we see something. I kid you not. This is the second day I've done this. Come from up there. I know where the track is because I can see it in the distance. And when you come down, you can't find the track for the life of you until you're on it. Now I can see it. I can see our tent at the top there. But it's crazy, isn't it? It just shows how hard it is to find a track when you're out here, even in good weather. And this is good weather. So how would you find that track when it's thrown there? I don't think you would. I'm just looking up there to see if Stella's out. I think Stella's outside the tent now. Silly girl. She probably noticed the temperature change come out. Just go back in the tent and turn the corner and there's Stella outside watching. As soon as she saw me coming, she went, that's it, I've done my bit, I'm going back in. Yeah, she was like, yeah, he's here. Alright. Out of breath, sorry. I'm getting old. I can open the other side. I closed that side where Rogue is, so the wind didn't get in. Rogue! No! No! She's trying to get in that side. Here! Fizz! Here, Fizz! Just out to take shelter. Just got back. Something in my face. Just got back to the tent. Laughing at Stella. Been waiting for us. It started raining. I'm hoping it's just a shower because I don't want to be cooped out in here for about an hour. It's still warm. Let's have a look. Was it just a quick shower? Hope so. Now the wind's back, I can open the side panel, so I just thought if it's going to rain, it's going to get stuffy. Bugs all coming. Let's see what's happening. This is not good, people. I better leave that one loose. This is where the wind is coming in. I can't leave that one too loose, just in case it starts blowing in. The minute I got back, can you figure that one out? The minute I got back, and that went on the list on my weather system. I've complaints to make. Luckily there's still wind, so bugs won't be about. And we need wind, that's why I've left that flapping. You see, it's got a tie out. I could literally put it in porch mode, but I'd probably rip it, take it off with the wind. I could have pegged that out even further out with a cord, you know what I mean? I'd attach some cord to it and peg it out further so it's got a bit of lift on it. Crazy, crazy, crazy. It's gone from 25 degrees, as you saw, to about 18, I would say it's now. It went a bit cool, but it's picked up a bit because it's kind of hazy sun, and I don't know what it is. There's some cloud coming in, but it's not really rain cloud. So it's that light stuff. Can't really see out for you. See, it don't even look bad out. So why is it raining? Because it's Scotland. And Rogue has stolen my spot where I put my head. Oh, that's Stella. Right, I'm going to have a crash out for about an hour. See what happens. We got air blown through, so that's good. You'll be glad to know we survived. It was a freak shower for nothing. I've just been looking at this. I'm just resting. It's quite windy and cool out. Look at all the dead bugs. Looks like a battleground. I tell you how soft this ground is. I'm lying on the tent ground sheet with nothing underneath me. Something to rest my head. No mat or anything like that. It just shows how soft that moss is, or heather, or whatever it is. The only problem, if I lie like this, I'll fall asleep. I know it. Wake up about 9 o'clock, no dinner. Tent full of bugs. It's a real good pitch spot here. I'd definitely use this kind of spot, this location, again, because it catches the wind, as long as it's southerly. I've got spots on my face and everything. Oh dear. 3 days out in the Highlands and you start turning into a right grotty person, don't you? You start smelling, you start sweating. Lazy dogs all asleep. Rogue's stolen my back end of where my head goes. Tired dog's happy dog. It's a great life, isn't it? All you're worried about is what time's dinner, the wind, how bad the midges are. Have you got enough water? Not back in the city where you're worried about your bills, social media, the news depresses you. I don't know who's killing who at the moment, but there's so many wars going off, it's unbelievable. And how inflation's going to hit everyone, and the price of bills, cost of living. Oh dear, you're scared to go out the door. But here, just so chilled. I better leave you alone, otherwise I'll be chatting for hours, won't I? This weather doesn't know what it's doing. Anyway, 5:20. I know what you're asking. What are you cooking today, Bill? Beef and potato hot pot, 800 calories. I've been a good boy, I deserve it. What are you two doing? That sounded bad. And a nice big mug of coffee. And I've got, what have I got for pudding? Hold on. That way you ain't got anything. What have I got for pudding? Oh dear. chocolate chip biscuit pudding. How many calories? 416 calories. Oh dear, dear, dear. But do I care? No, Rogue, that's a wasp, I think. It'll look like a wasp. Sounded like a wasp as well. Right on my face it landed. Oh no, I've got to get rid of this wasp. I'm back. Rogue's trying to eat it. She'll get stung. I think it's one of them flies that's designed to look like a wasp to scare everyone. It landed on my eye. Lovely place to land. It's been trying to rain, then not, then trying to rain, then not. We've had some bright spells. It looks like some brighter weather's coming back in again. This fly is attacking me. Rogue, you're not done your job. You should have at it. That's better. Chaos over. Being attacked by a mad fly. I was dozing off inside the tent, so I thought I've got to get out, otherwise I'll not have my dinner, and then it'll be really late, and then everything will be all over the place. Don't know why Stella's come out. I'm having my dinner. Right, sorry, I've got to put you back on charge because it's dinner time for me. Before I go, I don't know if you can see in there. That's what the hot pot looks like. Expedition fizz. Looks good. Lots of flies about now. Must know my dinner's out. Well, that fly attacking me should have been a clue, and I didn't pick up on it. Why was there flies around? Because there's no wind. The wind just stopped. Just as I was doing my dinner. So, very overcast, very muggy at the moment. Weird day. We need some sunlight. But that cloud is moving so slow now, and we've got no wind. And there's midges. I can't turn in the tent at 10 to 6. I still got to feed the dogs. So, we'll just have to see how it goes. Hopefully the wind picks up. Not sunlight over there. Why can't you be over here? Oh, bit of a breeze there. Now you see, I was worried about this last night when I said I'd rather leave my tent up here because I'm scared of but see, look how it's all cloudy and shady in there. It'd be even muggier, and even that if we get a little bit of wind up here, I can guarantee you down there you've got no wind. Yeah, here comes some wind. Quick, go on, pick up. Not you, Rebel. I'm on about the wind. Well, my dinner was beautiful. I didn't rush it. I enjoyed it. I reckon once this grey cloud over here goes, the wind will pick up again. It's going for a dull spell. We need to limp it to at least 7 o'clock when I can feed the dogs. I don't want to feed the dogs too early, because if I feed the dogs early, they'll want to get up early at night to have more water or whatever. See, what happens is I make sure they drink enough. Then I feed them at 7. Then I make sure they do all the toilet business, so that's all done. Then they settle down. Then I know they're going to wake up about 1, 2ish at the latest. Normally it's 12, but if we go to bed late, then it'll be about 1, 2ish. Because they'll want drink, because that dehydrated food needs water to kind of makes them feel parched and thirsty as such. That makes sense. So they want to get up, and the first thing they do is always head to the water. Then they go and do the toilet business again. Then they're okay to about 5, 6 at the latest again. But I normally bring the food in with me, because I've learned that if it's dead with no wind, I can feed them and get away with giving them any drinks or anything until it gets a bit windier. But as I say, if we all cram in the tent early, then it's not winning. But the sky was clear up there, and the sky's clear around there. All we need is this cloud to blow out of the way. It's moving very slow, but I think it's going to break. We need two things, sunlight and wind. Sunlight I do. That'll keep everything out of the way. We're just in a bad spot at the moment, in a sense, where the cloud is. If you look over there, look how clear it is over there. See, once this all clears out of the way, then the wind might pick up again. It seems to be changing with the way the weather's acting. In a sense, cloud or rain or whatever. Weird. But it just stopped, just like someone knocked the switch off. And that's the last thing you want, because you're just going to be covered in bugs. At the moment we're not doing too bad, but it'll soon get worse if it carries on. Every now and then we get a chance to breeze again. It's weird, isn't it? Earlier it was 15 mile/hour winds for most of the afternoon. Now we'll be lucky if we're getting 1 or 2. It's the Highlands for you, isn't it? We can get some clear spell of sunshine for our last hour. You see, it's 5 to 6 now, so that'll do me fine. Yeah, getting some breeze. Right, I'm going to put you on charge again. My fingers are covered in chocolate. I'm a right pig. Right, and midges as well. Right, I'm going to put you on charge. That's a lucky sign, a rainbow. Especially because it's behind us. So, I'll make my wish, but I can't tell you. But I bet you can guess what it is. Meanwhile, in the land where there's no wind, look what's happening. The cloud that was causing all the problems and feeling that very clammy and all that is going, and we're getting sunlight and hopefully wind. I've been standing on there trying to get some wind. I'd be on step ladders ever good. Just shows, doesn't it? 1 minute I was sitting in the tent, lying in the tent, listening to pitter patter of rain, which wasn't hardly anything. It was just kind of try and then stop, try and then stop. That's what's probably happening up there. And then I thought, well, I'm dozing off, I better do my dinner. And that was about 5:05. And then next thing, as I'm getting everything ready, the wind stops. Likes to keep you on your toes, doesn't it? I was looking at my tent earlier. You know these fly sheet outers, you know, that zip up, pull up. You can actually use a hiking pole at a certain height, and then with some cordage, and you can have like a... Sorry, you missed all that. These tent flaps that zip up, you know, the outer, the fly sheet there. The doors, that's it. They've got an eyelet on the corner. You can turn your trekking pole upside down. With a bit of cordage, you can have like a canopy. Never thought of that before. It was while I was lying down. Came up with this brainwave. So you'd have like a trekking pole here to the eyelet, peg it out, and then you've got like a nice little canopy. So if you're cooking or whatever, you can cook in there, and you've got shade. How clever is that? No one told me about that. I told you I was dim. Oh, come on. We've waited long enough for this sunlight to get rid of these bugs. They don't like sunlight. And hopefully the wind will pick up. Even a 5-6 mile/hour wind to do it me today, this evening. Stella's been trying to chase them a lot. Look, someone needs to explain to her that you can't eat 150 billion midges. It ain't going to work. But she ain't going to give up. She sits in the doorway catching them. Look. No? All you do is hear that lovely sound in the morning of her snapping jaws. She gets so frustrated with her. See? She's going, leave me alone. I want to go to sleep. Yeah, I bet they do. But someone mentioned to me neem oil, and I ordered it just like they said. You know, I thought I'll give it a go. I ordered it, and it arrived 45 minutes before I set off for Scotland this time. So I didn't have time to try it out or anything. So I will be trying that out. She's whacked. I bet that tent is now full of about 15 billion midges. So I'm waiting for the sunlight, hopefully some wind. We can clear that tent out and get back to normal. If there is a normal. Right, but why are you being so clicky to me today? What's he trying to tell me? He's not like this at home. Something wrong with him. I have to take him to the vets. Being nice, being loving. Rebel's normally being a rascal. They've been good. All three dogs have been brilliant. I mean, you saw Stella. She stayed in the tent when we left her each time. Rogue's been brilliant. No attitude like normal. And Rebel's been good. He's not been cheeky like normal. They've all been good and calm and not even messing about around the tent, which is unlike them as well. Still a pig, Rebel, ain't you? Yeah. I do believe we're going to get sunlight in a minute. Right, I'm going to put you on charge again. Oh dear, you've never seen a happier man in your life. Look at that breeze. It's because the cloud is blowing away. That oppressive, awful cloud. I don't know how it's all gone that way. So I thought it was going that way, but as long as that don't come over, I don't mind. Terrible, isn't it? When you get that deadness. Whew. Well, I'm going to enjoy every minute of breeze because, I had me sweating there. Because there's no way I'm going in the tent that early. So it meant I was going to get eaten alive. See, this is why I say to people, always try and stay as high as possible. Obviously, you know, I know the wind, it's a southerly, it's coming from somewhere around over there. South, between southwest and southerly. Now, if you've got a easterly wind and I'm pitched down here, that's no good because it's over there. So you've got to obviously know where the wind's coming from. But if you pitch in the right spot and you know what kind of wind speed you're going to get roughly. And don't forget, the nearest observation station could be 10, 15, 20 miles away. So it doesn't necessarily mean that them details are right for where you're pitched. Even though you put on the Garmin my location, there's no weather station for this little spot here, is there? So, you know what I mean? You've got to kind of use a bit of common sense and guess what's going to happen. And that comes through experience again. But as soon as I saw that cloud come over, I was too busy doing my dinner. I thought it was just something blowing through. I didn't think it would just stop like that. But the sunlight and wind is all you need. I just need that for another 45 minutes at the most. And we can settle down then if we have to. But last thing I want to do is have that kind of oppressive cloud over me. Because what happens, it kills all the wind. It does eventually clear, but it takes ages to clear. Whew, that's nice. I don't mind, it's really gone hot again. Typical, isn't it? Yep, happy.